Hello, everyone. Welcome. Excuse me. Welcome back to the Weekly Geekdom. I am Ben, your head geek, and with me is my partner in the show, Josh. How you doing today, my man?
I'm feeling like I want to wage war against the one known as Sauron. I will take
Okay.
down the Targaryens and rule Asgard once again. Westeros is mine. I will take the Iron Throne. I'm feeling wonderful, Ben. God,
Hold on. Did you see the Dungeons and Dragons trailer?
not yet. I was gonna do that one tomorrow. I haven't checked it
Okay.
out yet, but I heard nothing but good things about it.
It looks good, man. It looks good.
I gotta check it. I've never played D&D.
Me
So I'd be
neither. Me
very
neither.
interested in like seeing. Somebody told me at work the other day that I could be a dungeon master. They said like I could do all the voices. I'm like, I wouldn't mind, but I need to
Have you?
learn D&D.
Anyway, yeah.
Yeah,
Maybe
yeah,
we should do a D&D campaign on the channel. That would be fun.
we could. Walk into the forests of Askrabar. See
That
an
would
orc.
be.
We should do that. Yeah, that's not a bad idea. And you know what?
Uh,
I know someone who could help us out with that a lot. Like, you remember Steven when we did the Moon Knight reviews and
yeah,
Steven was
yeah,
on?
yeah. Of
Yeah,
course.
he does. He plays a lot of D&D. So I could ask him. And
Nice.
yeah, we could do that. Yeah, let's do that.
This is probably for something we should talk off air, but why not,
Definitely.
right?
Yeah.
Man, one good time it is to be a geek in this day of age. I
Absolutely.
mean, first of all, before we go any further, I want to call out the big man himself. This week marked 4 years since we lost the king of the shredders, John Schnapp.
Mhm.
I don't know what your experience with him was, but he always brought a smile to my face whenever I watched him on Movie Talk.
Yeah. I loved seeing always loved seeing him and Campia on
Yeah.
AMC Movie Talk or was it Collider Heroes or
I
AMC
mean,
Heroes and Collider Heroes?
it was all that, man. All
Yeah.
of that, yeah.
Yeah. Like and Snap would just had like endless knowledge. When I sit and listen to Robert Meyer Burnett, it's like this guy's got knowledge for days.
Yep.
But Schnepp was a different animal. Like he could just riddle off the issues, comments, and he know how to have fun, man. He really did. And
Ab-
yeah,
Absolutely. And the very first AMC video I watched, it was John Campia, John Schnapp, and Clark Wolf.
mm,
Spoiler, doing a spoiler review.
what movie was it?
Man of Steel.
Not bad.
That was
I
a very, that was my entrance into this whole space. The Man of Steel AMC spoiler review.
It's funny you say that. Mine was 2012's Avengers,
Okay,
and I
no.
don't know what possess. I guess like when I left the theater that whole weekend, I was shaking. I don't think it stopped at all. And
Yeah,
I was like, I gotta find somebody to talk to about this movie. And I had friends at school that I would talk to about it, but I don't think like I was just different. My passion for it was just different. I was just like a different type of fan for it. And so when I saw on YouTube that people were doing reviews for it, I said, let's see. And that's how I found AMC Movie Talk and John Campy and John Schnepp and everyone that we know. And that's how I got into this space. Yeah.
yeah, same here, man. Same here. And AMC Movie Talk. That's where I first saw Hold Up and Elvis and
Mm-hmm.
the S'mores and the S'more and
Yeah.
Sherman Shaw's and all of them, man. And,
I'll pull an old name for you. Amy Rose Eisenbach.
ooh,
Yeah. Deep
yeah.
cut.
That's a deep cut, man. I wonder what ever happened to her.
I don't know. I think she went off. She ended up doing her own thing. And then No, it. You remember? I can't think of her. I cannot think of her last name. But there was an Aaron before the Aaron that we know now.
Aaron Darling.
Yes, Aaron Darling, Ashley Mova, Sinead DeFries. Oh, wow. Yeah,
Here's her name for you. Now see if you remember this. Christine Kennedy.
that's a good. That's a good. That's a
That,
deep cut right
that's
there.
a deep cut.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? I'll one up that. You can. You probably remember her last name, Alicia. She was the redhead.
Malone. Malone. Alicia
Yes, Alicia
Malone.
Malone. That's
Yeah.
all. Man, wow! Look how far they've come, man.
Oh.
Jeez.
You're on them. You're on them. You're
Oh
on
yeah.
them.
Oh yeah. Congrats to all of you.
I mean,
Definitely recognize the
I
strength.
love Campy food now.
Yeah.
And oh my god, yesterday I was dying. I don't know if you saw yesterday's episode, but
I I did. I just oh, wasn't it the was that the one when John said oh my gosh. He said something wild, and it was like they just were dying about it.
it
Um,
was about South Park and Broadway, and Chris said something about um him something. Oh, it was yeah. That's what Broadway is known for. Handful guys at floor shops, and they all nine.
wow, that's the only way to get on Broadway.
Well,
Like,
have you ever seen that South Park episode where Randy kept taking his wife to Broadway shows because subliminal messages after each show she would give him a blowjob?
oh my gosh, no, but now I want to find that episode. I'm intrigued.
Oh, yeah, that's a good. Not for kids on this channel, folks. This is a rated R channel.
So blowjobs everywhere, ladies and gentlemen. Oh man, nah, like what they said something crazy the other day. John said, oh my goodness. He said I had to think about it. He said something along the lines, I had to think about it before it left my mouth, and then it just kept getting worse. But they had said something I can't
Well,
remember.
I think it was about Henry Cavill or something, right?
Yes, and they were saying he said it was just tastic.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
it's like why, John, why?
Uh,
Oh man, that's funny.
yeah. Anyway, we talked. I said briefly something about Man of Steel. We would also be remiss if I didn't bring up that little Rolling Stones article that came out about Zack Snyder this week. Have you heard about this?
Yeah, I heard a little bit of I heard a little bit about it. And I got the basic gist of it in a way. That what it's my question to you, Ben, would be just off this article. Should creators take more responsibility for the actions of fans, or do you think that it's just like, even though Snyder didn't directly say
You know what?
tell his fans to like,
In,
do mhm,
in my opinion, and uh, I'm not telling anybody to feel this way. This is only my opinion. But what I got from from that article, yes, Snyder should take responsibility for that because from what I got from it, he targeted all those toxic fans,
mhm,
yeah, toxic fans on Warner Brothers. That was all him and Ray Fisher, in my opinion. I might be wrong. I might be wrong, but if you look at the article, look at the timeline, it
mhm,
all makes sense. Well,
mhm.
what are your thoughts on it?
I think, and just to kind of give our viewers a bit of backstory. So, long story short, A journalist wrote an article about Zack Snyder and how he kind of perpetuates or spreads adds fuel to a fire of a toxic fandom, and how like bots were used, and you said Ray Fisher, like they were out. You said they were targeting people, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, going out of their way to pretty much target
yeah,
folks in the space. So that's kind of the gist of it. But I think that there's always bad apples in every corner of the universe, no matter
of
what fan
course, of
base.
course. No,
You know,
nobody's perfect. Nobody's
everybody's perfect
perfect.
for sure.
Yeah,
I just think that people do need to take a responsibility for some of the way, like the way that they act over just it's fandom. Like we're fans. These are
right,
fictional stories that people are bringing, and it brings entertainment to people's life's work, art, projects that they've been doing for years, and we as fans, like we need to understand the difference between reality and fantasy. And I
right,
think sometimes it gets blurred too much, and then things get out of hand verbally, and God forbid, at some point it could lead to violence. And
right.
and it's not that you want things like that to happen, but we've seen a lot within the past few years about like people being pretty much having terrible things said about them online, or just tearing down certain things. Like, for example, what we talked about the other day when we had our meeting, how people were pretty much going after, like, talking about Doctor Strange, or tearing apart
Right,
Thor,
right. Yeah, yeah,
or
yeah.
the situation with Moses Ingram. Then you can go as far back as 2015 with Force Awakens to John Boyega. Um, like, we got to learn to just take things with a grain of salt and realize at the same time this is entertainment. Th-
Absolutely.
this is entertainment. So let's not make it seem as though that this is real life, or things that you need to work yourselves up so much about that you don't even know what it's like to have fun anymore. And
Okay.
I think,
One second.
all right,
What?
no problem. And I think Snyder, you have to
Okay.
realize, man, that
Thank
you
you.
cannot allow your fans to cause more
Sorry about.
toxicity like that. All good.
Sorry
And
about that.
yeah, it's just I don't like it, because then it puts a stink on future projects that people may want to do or deal with, and then it's like, well, I don't want to work with certain people. Or I'm too afraid to put this project out there because I don't know how people are going to receive it. I feel like all of this art is supposed to be built on your bravery and courage, and the fact that you took the time to work on this and put it out there for other people to see. And whether it is good or bad, you still shouldn't be. It shouldn't come to points of like of toxicity.
Well, on top of that, let me just add one more thing. If Zack Snyder reasoned behind it, directors should not be involved in that. Here's
Not
my
at all.
feeling.
Not at
Here's
all.
my feeling. I don't know. Yeah.
I mean,
Man,
even with Joss Whedon, all the stuff I read that article, and all the stuff that came out that he was doing. I'm
oh
like,
yeah, he went to the wrong team. He went, wow.
yeah,
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 yeah, no,
mm,
neither of them look good right now. I'm sorry, neither of them look good. It's neither all reason. But
what can you do? See, Campia made he thought of something, and I just think like I think it's asinine to do it. But he said like people on social media should have their they should have ID. And I was just thinking to myself, that's out there, bro. I don't think that's the way you go. Because then
me, here's what I would do.
mhm,
And I'm sorry, this might sound harsh. Entertainment people, producers, actors, CEOs, they shouldn't be on social media. In my opinion,
really.
they shouldn't represent the company if they're going to badmouth them.
See, but then it's That's where it gets complicated because it's like, well, I mean, if people want social media, they can have it. So, but I get what you mean. I get what you mean. I think
Eh, eh,
maybe there should be, I don't know, maybe some sort of policies put in place when you sign on for a project that involves social media
right.
and
Yeah.
the usage of what it would be for, as opposed to I mean, because fans will say whatever they want. Um,
Right.
but it's up to the artist, the actor, the director, CEOs to pretty much hold a strong front and not allow toxic fandom to dominate them. Who,
Right.
yeah, because it's a business and they're trying to make money.
Exactly.
That's
But on the other end of it, on a happier note, I didn't feel like we had to bring that up. I'm sorry. I didn't feel like with everything going on, we should at least bring it up.
yeah,
But, Josh,
sir.
do you know what makes this weekend special?
I heard that it's a San Diego Comic Con.
Yeah. Yeah.
And some things take place at Comic Con that cannot be spoken of.
You know what happens at Comic Con? It stays at
The
Comic
Comic
Con,
Con. Yep.
baby.
Oh man. What are you excited for? What are you expecting to hear?
I'm excited. Tomorrow morning, DC, Henry Cavill comes out. He's going to be in Black Adam, and we're getting a Superman or Man of Steel 2, finally.
You so is it confirmed he's coming, or you
No,
think that that's going to happen tomorrow?
a highly rumored he's coming. Highly rumored.
It's going to be crazy. It's going to be. We had man. It's going to be crazy. Oh my gosh! Yeah, because Henry Cavill is the perfect Superman. Now I haven't started Superman and Lois, and I know you really like the guy who plays Superman
Yeah.
on that show quite a bit. So I haven't gotten there yet. But from what I've seen, especially with Man of Steel, Henry he is Superman. He
He's
embodies that,
great.
man. Like
He's
he's
great.
great. Yeah. So a showdown with him and The Rock.
Mm. And there's rumors about the Marvel panel. I don't know if I quite believe them, but I want them to be true.
What's the rumors?
A certain Canadian might show up.
Ha 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 ha! Mr. Reynolds, the Deadpool, shall be making
Uh,
his arrival. Okay.
And another rumor, he might not be alone.
Ah, the former Claude one, Mr.
And
Hugh
someone
Jackman.
cloned one.
You know what? Because I know people are thinking if Hugh Jackman will be reprising his role as Wolverine in Deadpool 3. I tell you what, in my opinion, I'd be fine if it was Hugh Jackman just being Hugh Jackman.
Exactly. I think that's all we need.
Yeah,
I think Deadpool talking to Hugh Jackman might even be better than Deadpool and Wolverine.
yeah. And then like if I just thought of this, it would be a cool sequence maybe at the end, like if Deadpool's in a scrap with somebody, whoever the villain may end up being, and he's fighting alongside Hugh Jackman. But Hugh Jackman's like, I don't know, maybe he's like a kung fu master or some sort. I don't
Oh,
know.
is he? No, I rather Hugh Jackman be at the beginning. I rather
Ah,
Deadpool. I rather Deadpool trying to convince Hugh Jackman to be in Deadpool 3, and
mm,
then the intro.
that's not bad. What? Oh, what if this too? What if Hugh Jackman narrates and like we see him pop up, or maybe he like yeah, we see him pop up, like you said in the beginning. But what if he's also the narrator and they go back and forth the whole movie?
I like that. I like
I'd,
that.
I'd be here for it. Yeah.
I like that.
It'll be fun. Kind of like the old Daffy Duck cartoon with him and the artist
Yeah,
and
yeah,
how they were
yeah,
all.
yeah,
Yes, just
yeah,
like
yeah.
that. Yeah. Hmm. I'd be here for that.
Hugh Jackman could be like bagging on him the whole movie,
Yes.
and well, and Deadpool could be like fighting. Oh, I like that. I like that quite a bit.
Oh
I,
yeah.
I like that. That's good. Well, let me ask you.
Uh huh.
What are you looking forward to?
Dude, I want I want, and this may be, hey Don, welcome.
Hey, Don.
Um, I tell you what, and this may not happen, but I would lose my everlasting mind. Now I know this came up on the show the other day, and they were talking about the three things that could maybe get the biggest or biggest praise or break the internet. It's Henry Cavill showing up with The Rock in Black Adam, Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman showing up, and my personal, absolute personal thing that I would love to see. And yes, I know I'm 23, but I love this director, and I've seen a bunch of his stuff, and he is a phenomenal. He is the GOAT, Steven Spielberg, directing Fantastic Four. That is what I want. I need that. Ben, but look me in my eye, Ben. I can tell you, Ben. I cannot tell you how much I need that to happen. If Steven Spielberg directs an MCU movie, Kevin Feige wins for eternity. For eternity. Just the caliber of director that he is. And they even said, I remember reading reports of them saying that they wanted to get a big name director for it.
Can't get
And
bigger
I
than
mean,
him.
get one of the,
Can't.
yeah, the greatest storyteller and science fiction director of all time. I mean, Mr. Spielberg, bring him out. That's what I want. And I feel like if he either did that, I would even watch. I would even love to see him do an X Men movie.
You really want to break the internet? You really want to break the internet?
What do you do?
Don, I hope you're watching. I hope you're watching, Don. Big name director, directing Fantastic Four. George Lucas.
You think that'll? Do you think? Do you think Kevin
No.
Feige would do that?
No, but that would break the internet, wouldn't it?
Oh, it would. No, it would. People would be like,
Uh,
George Lucas, Marvel. He betrayed the galaxy. Oh man, nah. Yo, man, look. I would just. I would really love it if Spielberg really did that. I'm so serious because he gave us Jurassic Park, Schindler's List, Jaws, Close Encounters, Warhorse, Lincoln, Munich, Amistad. Like the guy's a
dude, I'm mad right now. I'm mad. You didn't mention my favorite Steven Spielberg movie.
ooh, which one
Hook.
is it?
Hook.
Ah, he did. That's right. That's right. I always forget that he did Hook. I don't know why. I always forget that. Don, he says Spielberg is a no. That's crazy about you, man. The GOAT himself taking on Fantastic Four, absolute. But see, here's another thing to add to that point, right, Ben? Notice how lately with Marvel they've been allowing directors to kind of put their style in certain projects.
Yeah,
Remember the
some people not loving that.
true.
And some people not loving that. It's not been perfect. But yes, they've been doing that.
Mhm. Yeah, which is why I think maybe I don't think I don't think he'll get Nolan. I do not think he'll get Nolan. But
No,
I do
no.
think it would be absolutely awesome if it was Spielberg. That would be great. May not happen, but it would be my dream director for Fantastic.
Here's another one. Here's another one. Martin Scorsese.
Okay, okay, I'll tell you what. You say that a Martin Scorsese Punisher movie.
I like that. I like that.
Yeah, Dude, have him going up against the mob. Oh yeah,
Ooh,
hmm
ooh.
gritty crime drama. I'm here for it. Okay, make Scorsese eat his own words and say it's not cinema, and then
A Martin Scorsese Wolverine movie.
hmm, you know what?
Oh, here's another one. A Clint Eastwood Wolverine movie.
If this was Clint Eastwood in the early 2000s, because apparently, like after Cry Macho wasn't.
Yeah, that wasn't that good, was it?
Yeah, but if this was like Unforgiven, $1 Million Baby, Letters to Iwo Jima, Clint Eastwood. Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely. I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what. Have you seen Hell or High Water?
Yes, that's the one with Ben Foster and Chris Pine, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah,
Now,
yeah.
David
Good
Mackenzie
movie.
was the director of that. Now, imagine him doing a Wolverine movie in style of a neo western like that.
I
Oh
like it.
yeah,
I mean, we already had a Wolverine movie done by one of my favorite directors
James
in
Mangold.
modern.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you can't really beat him unless it's somebody big and huge.
Because even he did. I think he also did End of Watch, which I really like too. That was
Is
another.
that it?
No, no, no. I'm sorry. That was Fincher. He no Mangle did. Was it Cop Out? Not Cop. It was some cop movie. I cannot think of the name of right now that he did. Was it? Oh my god. I'm gonna look it up. I'm looking it up. I'm looking it up. James Mangold cop movie.
Yeah, I can't think of it.
Copland. That's what it is.
Not
Cop.
Cop Out. Cop Out is a very different movie.
It's a very different movie. That one's a comedy.
Well, maybe a little behind the scenes comedy too
Oh yeah.
between Bruce Willis and Kevin Smith. Yeah.
Mm.
Ooh, don't talk about that.
Oh man, Ben Rayner with the deep cuts. This is why he's the head geek. Ben the prophet. Ben the builder. This is
That's
why
me,
he is what
baby.
he
That's me.
Oh man. Now I that's but yes, Spielberg would be one that would be my dream. But also I'm curious about that Black Panther trailer that people are whispering that may happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's a question about that.
Hmm.
Do you think the trailer opens up with a funeral?
Yeah,
Yeah, me too.
I could see it.
Uh,
I could see that. Yeah.
it's going to be a. I think it's going to be a very somber and deep trailer.
I'll tell you what. Now that you say that, there's gonna be. We know that Namor is supposed to be in it. Also read that Atuma, one of my favorite villains, is supposed to be in it as well. So I'm wondering if Wakanda will have its own, I guess in a way, its own interpersonal civil war as to who's going to take over. There's going to be some political
Oh yeah,
angle to who takes over. Yeah,
yeah, I agree. I think they're going to build that into the story.
yeah, and then have it
Well,
as warring kingdoms, or maybe Namor tries to usurp the throne since there's no one there.
let
To
me ask you:
Mhm.
do they have two different problems? Do they have who's going to be the king and who's going to be Black Panther? Oh, is it going to be one problem who's going to be king and Black Panther?
based on the lore, like whoever is king, I mean, is also Black Panther, and the Black
I,
Panther's
I, I
part
didn't
of the
I
people.
didn't think you had to be Black Panther to be king, or the king to be Black Panther. I could be
Yeah,
wrong, but I
that's how
never
it
got
was.
that.
Yeah,
I
that's how
never
it
got
was.
that feeling.
Because
Okay.
even in the beginning, remember when they were talking about like the whole history of Bast and like the first the Panther God and like the first Black Panther, and then they went through all the history behind the mantle, and each one of them, whoever donned the mantle, was also the king or village chief.
Well, let me ask you this:
Hmm.
what did you think about Robert Burnett's theory about the mutants being in Wakanda this whole time?
I don't think it works. I don't think it sticks. And I remember I know what you're talking about, and I just don't think it sticks because Wakanda was not going to open their borders to anyone. They were
Okay.
definitely they were an isolationist country. I think that's the problem with it. It's not that I wouldn't like there to be a safe haven for mutants that there could be, but with Wakanda, they are an isolationist country at that time before T'Challa decided to open up the borders. So for them to be already housing mutants would be strange. Now, I will say this though, unless it's only Storm, that's the only one I could actually see. But I don't
I
see them
I
like taking in a whole bunch because I mean doesn't she would probably wouldn't live that far. Maybe I mean Africa's a big continent, so maybe we don't I don't know where you know in Africa she could be from or how they'll place it, but uh that would be the only logical maybe mutant that I could see possibly being in Wakanda at that time.
I'll say this: I agree with Kepia. There's no perfect answer for this for the mutants.
Hmm.
Every answer you have comes with its own problem.
Well, I would say that I like that initial theory that they had with Wanda that the mutants were always there, but she was able to do something with her magic that erased her from existence at the time. Well, not erased them from existence, but erased everyone's memory of the fact that they existed at that time. And apparently now, with even though I haven't started Miss Marvel, but with the things that I know that happen with Miss Marvel, it could be this could be the dawn of that awakening, or maybe just the whole thing of maybe I don't know, the convergences of universes could play a role in the mutants coming about.
I'll be right back, dude. Keep
Okay,
talking.
all right, solo time with your boy over here. Okay. So let's see. What else would I want to see happen at Comic Con? Well, we got the House of the Dragon trailer, which I'm pretty sure we'll talk about when Ben comes back. That man has a lot of Gatorade. It looks so good. Um, the House of the Dragon trailer. We got Lord of the Rings. Uh, what else could we see? Maybe we see whoever ends up being Wolverine. Now, maybe it's not Taron Egerton. Maybe it's Daniel Radcliffe, who's someone I wouldn't be opposed to seeing either. We got Don saying Phase 5 isn't great. I'm changing my mind. I mean, wait, are you saying like when Phase 5, are you saying if Phase 5 isn't great, you're changing your mind? Or are you saying, or did you mean the Type 4? Just to, just to clarify. Uh, yeah, but see, here's the thing with Phase 4 right now, guys. I think they are in a place where, yeah, there's nothing really being laid out as far as. Now, we talked about this the other night. We all feel as though that yes, this is going towards Secret Wars. However, the thing is, what seeds are being planted to be put in place for us to see it? Yeah, we know we got Kang. We know we have the Celestials. There's so many big bads that we have right now that there's not a looming threat at the moment that I believe. I mean, the one singular threat that we should all be wondering what's going on with, kind of akin to what they did with Thanos in the first three phases. Okay, so and then in phase one, when they first announced, after Iron Man, you had the Avengers Initiative. They just dropped it in there. In each movie, there was a seed that was planted. Right now, what we have is a lot of the multiverse, and that's kind of the thing that's attracting a lot of people. But at the same time, you run a lot of risk with, I guess, with canon as well, as far as the multiverse goes. So it's interesting, but it's kind of it's rough. But we need a clear direction.
What are you
I'm
talking
s
about?
talking
Talk
about
about
how
that.
Don had mentioned. He said Phase Four isn't great. He's changing his mind, and
Oh, really? Wow.
yeah. Well, so I'm just feeling like they. What I was saying was they haven't really planted the seeds for what we're seeing now. Like we talked about the other night. We all believe that this is leading to a secret wars, but it's not being planted for people to see. It's almost like we're just speculating that, but we don't know
Right.
that it's going in that direction. So we can make all the
The,
assumptions we want, but until they like actually put some physical evidence out there to show us that that's where they're going, we don't really know.
well, I do agree with with Camp here and that we don't have a heart and soul of the MCU right now. We don't. And for phase 1 through 3, it was Captain America and Iron Man. We don't have anybody on that level right now. And that's part of the problem.
I think I would love for it to be Thor. I'd even love for it to be Shang-Chi, honestly. Like, because here's the thing. Thor's OG, so it's perfect that we still have someone familiar. And with all of his development, he is fit to lead, but he has duties on Asgard, so I can understand why they're not going that route. Then you got Doctor Strange. They already said he's not an official Avenger, and he also said in the movie he's not the one that's leading. Okay, and
He's not on the lunchbox. He's not on the
he's not on the
lunchbox.
lunchbox. Exactly. So then, I mean, you have the Eternals, but they are their own entities,
Right.
do their own thing. Uh, Spider-Man isn't really at his development in being a leader just yet. Then you got Falcon, who we could see lead, but we need to get. I feel like once we see
We
the
need,
Cap,
we need more time with him as
yeah,
Cap.
exactly,
We
exactly.
need,
And you know what? I would love to see him and Rhodey team up more often.
yeah, I would too.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this.
Mhm.
It's sad. Do you think Black Panther is going to be that heart and soul?
Oh,
Um,
he definitely could have been, and that's why they need to recast. That's
uh,
exactly why they need to recast.
do you think it's a mistake that they didn't recast?
Absolutely. I remember even talking about this on my podcast. Because his brother, Chadwick's brother, said that yeah, Chadwick loved playing the role, but he would also want them to move on and have somebody else take up that mantle. And I completely feel that because we haven't even scratched the surface of T'Challa's character. There's so much more to him that we could find. We haven't really seen him become. We haven't seen him become that leader. Yeah, I
Right.
mean, we saw it at the end, but like for us to see his growth and really what it's like for him as a leader, we haven't seen that. We haven't seen his intelligence because he's up there with that of Reed Richards. His engineering is up there with that of Tony Stark. There's so much more to T'Challa, and I want to see him and Storm as king and queen eventually at some point. So it's kind of like there's so many stories that you can tell with him as a character that you're almost putting yourself in a box if you don't recast him.
Do you think they'll recast him after Wakanda Forever, or do you think sadly they're done with that character for
If
now?
they do, he will be from another universe. If they do, I think that's what I don't. He won't be in. I think he'll be from another universe because I think
Yeah,
M'Baku
yeah.
is going to take the mantle in Wakanda forever.
Yeah, I think you're right.
I like what Don said in the chat. Rhodey,
Uh,
Falcon, and Bucky, the new big
yeah,
three. I
the
would like.
three amigos, the three
Yeah,
amigos. I like that.
I wouldn't mind. I think we also do need more time with Bucky. I think that's one thing that Falcon and Winter Soldier was kind of lacking. We got a lot of time with Sam. We got time with Bucky, but I think that we should have gotten a little bit more.
I've always liked Bucky. I've always liked Bucky.
Same. Yeah. Um, it's just you think Chadwick dying messed up plans for him to be more front and center.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Yes.
And but you know what
100.
though? I'll say this though, and I mean to cut you off, Ben, but I just had the thought as soon as I saw Don ask the question. Chadwick knew what he already knew what was going on, and he told those who needed to know what was going on.
Right.
Not trying to, I'm not making light of this, so I just don't want my words taken out of context. But I think Feige and Marvel should have planned more accordingly to whenever his time came to pass, that they would already kind of have in place, or maybe Chadwick could pick who would be the one that he would pass the mantle off to.
You know what I would have done? People might call it cheesy. And I think I brought this up to Caprio once and he didn't like it. I would have had Chadwick announce it. I would have had Chadwick pick and announce it who's going to be the new
Black Panther.
character. Yeah.
I don't.
Uh,
This is. It's not a bad thing. It's not. What?
it, I see why people might not like it. I guess it is a little tacky, but
Yeah. Well, and then on top of it, it's kind of like, well, how people were on the internet at the time when like, I remember he posted a video of him talking and he looked a lot smaller.
right.
Um, and he, like I said, he only told those who needed to know, and he didn't want to make it a big thing or take it away. So him announcing, him passing it on, probably would have caused some stir that he didn't really want to
Let,
happen
let
among
me
fans.
let me ask you.
Mhm.
Do you think Feige knew?
What about his sickness?
Yeah.
Oh, for sure. Yeah,
Okay.
for sure. He had to know. Yeah, he had to know.
Do
That's
you
why I
think
think he should have planned accordingly for a recasting at some
do
point.
you think Coogler knew? Ryan
Oh,
Coogler.
mhm.
Okay.
I'm sure he told them. Everybody who worked with him on set, I'm pretty sure they all knew, and
Okay.
I mean, and they had to be aware for because I'm pretty sure he had to like take his time with certain things, just to make sure that he was okay. I'm pretty sure after every like different stunt scenes that they would do and have set up, and maybe that's also why that could, you know what? I tell you what, and you're right, Don. It is a tough situation. I'll say this. Maybe that's also why we got a lot of CGI Panther, and it didn't. Not saying that it looking good is a totally different thing, but I think this is why we also got a lot of CGI because maybe it was a
But
lot of
yeah,
strain on him to do the physicality in a way.
I mean, I'm not saying that's not possible,
Hmm.
but all these movies have a lot of CGI. I don't think that movie had any more CGI
That's fair.
than any other movie.
Yeah,
I
that's
mean,
fair.
I could be wrong, but uh, yeah, I never felt like it had more.
Yeah, I just think they should have. I think they should have planned a bit better. And but at the same time, it's a thing that you don't expect to happen
Right,
because
and they wanted. I understand what they did. They gave him his privacy. He probably wanted to be them, and I get that. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that.
yeah.
But to go off what Don said, yes, I think Black Panther. I think he was going to be the new face of the MCU if
Yeah.
he didn't die. I think they were clearly setting that up all the way back since Civil War.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. And see, it's. I'll say that I think now, since you said it'll open with a funeral scene, you think it may open with a funeral scene. They have. I really. I'm just of the mindset. I think it has to go to Mbaku.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with you.
I think it has to go to Mbaku. and maybe they'll work some of the traits of maybe they'll work some of the traits of T'Challa that we haven't seen, and maybe work it into M'Baku's character, but still make him also very different from T'Challa.
What would you think of this? What would you think of Umaga being Black Panther and Shuri being the Queen?
I wouldn't like it.
Okay.
I just don't think Shuri has that mindset.
Okay.
Like she's definitely a genius. So she is fine and serves the purpose of who and what she is. I just don't think that Nakia would be a better queen, in my opinion, as opposed to
I,
Shuri.
I want to ask you this, and I do find this odd. Is it real that Nakia wasn't in Infinity War or Endgame?
You said it's weird that she was in it or that she wasn't.
Where wasn't in it? Was not in it?
You're right. Yo, you're right. No, you're absolutely right. I had to think about it for a moment. She wasn't even in the scene when everyone got dusted.
No.
I yeah that
Is that real
hmm,
that she wasn't in neither of those movies?
that is weird. I'm not even gonna lie. I that is weird to me. Um, think you trying? Are you trying to say Michael B. Jordan? Because if you're trying to say Michael B. Jordan, no, he is Killmonger. Let him be where he is.
What if it's Killmonger from a different universe?
I don't think I would like it. See, and that's the
Okay.
thing. Okay, and I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why. Cappy says it all the time. He's like MC fake death universe. Fake death, fake death, fake death. Okay. I just feel like, and that's just a glaring problem that I have with the multiverse as well. Because at that point, because you could just bring anybody back, you can bring anybody back from any universe. There's no stakes.
Yeah, I agree.
You know,
Yeah,
I kind of just want like let sleeping dogs lie.
yeah, I agree. I agree. Except, I'm not going to lie. When Evan Peters showed up in WandaVision,
Hmm.
I didn't want him to be that Quicksilver, but I did want him to be a new Quicksilver in the MCU.
I can see that. I, and I'd be lying if I didn't say that I felt the same way.
Yeah, but I have to also say, the whole Ralph Gordon thing, I love that. That didn't piss me off.
mm, 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 mm. You know, I'll tell you what. Oh, hold on. I just had this thought. X Men. Since we're talking about Quicksilver, X Men, right?
Yes.
It's been talked about for some time now, and I want it now more than ever. I wanted it then, and I gotta have it now. It's like the Cold Stone sizes. Like it, love it, gotta have it, and I gotta have it. I gotta have Giancarlo Esposito and Denzel Washington playing opposite each other. Magneto, Professor X. Now, Giancarlo, I would not mind as Professor X. To see Denzel tap back into that villainous role, akin to training, I Magneto, yes, please.
Okay, here's the thing. Here's the thing, man. Here's the thing. Sean Colino, 100% I agree with you. Yes.
Mhm.
Make him Professor X. I want that. I think Denzel's too old, man.
Yeah, you think so? Really? No. Oh, wait. We had Sir Ian McKellen.
I know, but I would be curious to know how old he was in 2000. Because right now, Denzel is older than, he's past 70.
You know what? Let us go to Safari. Hold on. Denzel. Oh, geez, I wrote it wrong. Denzel Washington's age. He's 67. He's 67.
Okay,
And let's see, Giancarlo. Giancarlo is 64.
I'm like, you know what?
That could work.
Incorrect.
That could work. I would. That could work. I would love to see that. Like,
Yeah.
or then somebody brought up, what if it's Bryan Cranston? Now, that would be cool. I'm not even gonna lie. A Breaking Bad reunion. No, that would be cool.
Are you, I forget, are you a Breaking Bad fan?
Absolutely, absolutely. Breaking
Have you
Bad.
been watching Better Call Saul?
I am on because there's so much that's been happening. I'm on season 3 of Better Call Saul right now.
Dude, you have to catch up.
I
You
hear it's
have
gotten
to, you
crazy.
have to catch up.
Okay. And I love El Camino. I thought that was a great movie too.
Me too.
I loved El Camino. Jeez. And you know what's crazy? Jesse Plemons has blown up a lot since Breaking Bad, man.
Yep.
Started off kind of like the nephew that was kind of in the background, and now dude's at the forefront of a lot of different projects and movies. So it's always
He,
cool to see actors that go from
he
kind of
went
being.
he went from the kid who kind of looked like Matt Damon to like a legit good actor.
Hmm. Yeah. Oh look, okay. Esposito as Magneto and Denzel as Professor X. I'm not mad at that either. I really feel like either way, however they put them, it works. Either way, they're so good. Um, this version of Shuri doesn't fit to me. Saying I agree. I don't think I just don't see it for Shuri. Which is the name of one of my rabbits, Shuri.
Oh,
Yeah. But yeah, like I said, I feel like either way, Esposito or Denzel interchangeably. I just whichever one they play, I'm satisfied.
yep.
I think it works either way.
No, never mind.
What were you gonna say? Oh, come on, share with the people. Ben the Builder.
I had a brain for and I was going to St. Patrick's Stewart as Magneto.
Get-
I had a brain for it. What can I say?
I mean, it would. He is the goat. Absolutely. Oh, Patrick, Patrick Stewart is Magneto. You know, if they did a parody and had them actually switch,
Yeah,
I'd be interested.
yeah.
I would be interested to see how he does it.
Kind of like a Freaky Friday type of thing.
Yes, absolutely.
Have you ever seen that movie? Ryan Reynolds, Jason Bateman, The Change Up.
Yes, yes. I have. It's been years, but yes, I have seen that. Yeah,
Oh my god, I love that comedy.
it's so funny. It's so funny. Oh yeah, I. That's one that's not talked about often. Wow. Yeah.
Well, because that movie came out like in a few years before Ryan Reynolds blew up because of Deadpool.
That's right.
It
That's
came out like in 2012 or 11, and it was right before he blew up.
yeah. I mean, to think he went from that abomination in X Men Origins to becoming
We
this.
don't, we don't talk about that movie. We don't talk about that movie. Some things we just don't talk about.
You
No.
know what? But here's the thing about that movie, though. It had a lot of things going for it. It just the execution. Like I think once they got to after
Okay,
he
no.
left the farm, it kind of like goes.
I'll say this.
Mhm.
Leave Schreiber as Saber Chief?
Oh,
Perfect.
yes, yeah,
Perfect. Ryan Reynolds as Wade Wilson. In the beginning, he was great.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
But after those two things, that movie was shit.
I you're missing one, and I would have loved to have seen if they casted him Taylor Kitsch's Gambit. I thought he was a good Gambit.
I'd rather had Channing Tatum, to be
Really?
honest with you.
Oh man, and understandably so. But I really bought into Taylor Kitsch's Gambit. He said, "Do I know you?
He was cool. He was good.
Do I know you? Do I owe you money? Then Remy LeBeau I am." I love it. I love it.
You know what? For the good and for the bad, I love the X-Men movies.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, let me ask you this. We're going to wrap up soon. But what is a better trilogy? The Wolverine trilogy? Origins, the Wolverine and Logan? Or the Matrix trilogy? The Matrix, Matrix 2, Matrix 3.
Wolverine, easy. They have Logan, and I honestly think the Wolverine is not that bad a movie.
No,
It's pretty. I enjoy it.
but are you. The Matrix has a Matrix, and the second Matrix isn't that bad.
So, Logan. Just,
Yeah.
you
Same
got
here.
Logan.
Yeah.
You have Logan on your side, you beat everybody.
Yep. Yeah, no, you're right, man.
it's,
You are right.
it's like the key to the Dragon Ball. Like, Logan is your Kamehameha.
Yep.
Oh man, yeah. See, Bree, you like the Wolverine. That's great. I love that you like
I
the
like
Wolverine.
that too. I like the
Yeah.
Wolverine too.
You know what? I think there was a deleted scene that they said it should have been long. The ninja scene was supposed to be longer.
Well, it's not a deleted scene, it's an unedited scene. Like if
Right.
you see the unedited version, you get that whole scene.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
yeah, it's great.
Till the boss battle. No, absolutely that boss battle. See, I didn't like how they used Silver Samurai in that. It was just kind of damn. But seeing Logan struggle before we even got to Logan, but seeing him struggle with immortality
Well, not
was
forget, the prophecy in the Wolverine actually paid off in Logan.
that's right.
When she said you will die with your heart in your hands. And how did Logan die?
With his
Holding X-Training to his heart.
Ben the prophet, the builder, Ben the preacher, Brent the oracle. That yeah,
I want to take credit for that, but I can't. My friend Sona actually pointed that out to me, but yeah.
let me tell you, scene that gets me every time in Logan. You want to talk about getting the tears even more so when that cross became an X.
Oh,
I lost it. Yeah,
so,
man. Grown men cried.
so this is what it feels like. Gets me every time.
I have to rewatch it.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I
We
have to.
might we might have to do a Logan watch along on this channel.
I'd be down for it. I will cry live.
Me too, man.
Like,
Me too.
it's
On
so
that
good.
note, thank you everybody for joining us for this great, fantastic episode of the Weekly Geekdom. Josh, my man, my friend, my partner, tell all the good people where they can find you.
You can find me on my YouTube channel, The Midnight Cinema. You can find me on Twitter at The Outlawed Mime, Instagram, The Midnight Cinema 41, in the Facebook group of the Multiverse of Geekdom. Yes, you can find me there. You can find me here on the Weekly Geekdom every single Friday. You can also find me here on Sundays for Geekdom Uncut. But we also have some plans for you all. So please stay tuned.
Yes.
Yeah, and you can find me on my podcast, Wolves of Midnight, on Spotify, Anchor FM, Google Podcasts, Pocket Casts. it's a great time. So, come find me, follow me on my film journey. Yeah, and that's where you can find me, just not under a rock like Patrick Starr.
I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm
I'm
ready.
ready.
I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready. And guys, you can find me at my Twitter, man_radio. Right here every Wednesday on the Jedi Academy. Right here every Friday on the weekly Geekdom. Every Sunday on Geekdom Uncut. You guys can also find me over on the Northern Entertainment Group. Every Tuesday on Rewind the Tape. And every Saturday morning on the New Moon Countdown. Guys, thank you for joining us. Now have a great weekend following all of Comic Con. We'll be back Sunday night to talk about what we find out.
Mhm.
So be on the lookout for that. And until next week, stay geeky and stay sweaty. You understand? Snap.
Thank you,
Have a
Bree.
good one.
Have a great